This podcast contains sensitive topics that may be triggering to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. This podcast is about real people sharing their personal experiences and opinions. The storytelling presented here is about holding space for others to feel seen and heard without judgment. Personal truths do not reflect guilt unless proven in a court of law. Remember to use your discernment and treat others with kindness. None of us are perfect. We cannot judge and hate humanity into love and growth. Thank you. Greetings, all of you sweet honeybees out there in the electric honeypot hive. Welcome to Humans in Bloom, a storytelling podcast about the human experience. Life is a community garden. We are the flowers. Beautiful things can grow from dark, dirty places, and the more of us that are in bloom, the more beautiful life can be. I'm your magical host and friend, Everbee, the serious bee spirit. I am so very grateful that you are joining me here today for another episode, another fearless conversation to help expand perspectives and foster authentic, genuine human connection. Today's featured guest is my newest friend, Kaleena, who I met at Electric Forest. I ran into her in the Wonder World maze while she was dressed as a bee with sunflowers in her hair, and I just knew that I had to talk to this woman. I knew she had a story for me, and I was right. Kaleena has overcome more than 10 years of heroin addiction, got her kids back, and is now a homeowner. And today's episode is going to feature her journey. She's incredibly inspiring, and I hope listening to her story helps someone else out there have hope that they can do it too. Let's get started. So I am here with my new friend, Kaleena, and we are going to get her story of overcoming heroin addiction. Do you want to start with how you ended up as an addict?
Well, I mean, there's kind of a lot that led to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents separated when me and my sisters were 2.
Okay.
I'm a triplet.
Oh,
so,
that's interesting.
Yeah. And then my mom was a single mom. She was doing really well with us. And when we moved a lot, but that was fine because I had my sisters, so we didn't really need to make friends.
Right.
But then she took us to Florida, and she called my grandma and said that she didn't like saying no all the time. I can't do this for you. I can't do this for you. So she asked my grandma to take us back for a couple years, or for a little while, so she could get everything together, and then she'd, essentially call and get us back. My mom stayed in Florida. We came back here. My grandma and my uncle raised us for a few years. My mom tried to get us back and couldn't.
Okay.
My grandma just hung up on her. It was just a really, really rough child support thing. We couldn't see my mom. Every time we did, my grandma would call the police on her.
How old were you when?
We were 9.
9?
Yep. So we stayed with my grandma here in Michigan. Did our middle school, high school. My uncle was very abusive. When my dad was finally able to attempt to get us back on his own, he did, but then I didn't go to the court thing. My grandma didn't tell me it was going on, and it was the one where they wanted us there for our opinions. And my grandma told them that I didn't want to go. So I wanted to stay with her. So my sisters went to live with my dad. I stayed with my grandma. My uncle was still abusive. I ended up running away from that situation. Then I moved in with my dad. Before I moved in with my dad, things were a little bit more rigid, I guess. I was the A student, so my family kind of expected more of me.
Yeah.
When I moved in with my dad, I kind of got a little more freedom. And it's not because he wasn't trying to be a good dad.
Right.
It's because he was working 3 jobs to take care of his kids on his own. I had a taste of freedom. I started going out, making the wrong kind of friends. And then it just turned into like a lot of arguments with my dad, a lot of drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
And one thing, it all led to ultimately just doing drugs daily.
Right.
Started out with oxys. Oxys were too hard to find at one point, or too expensive. And so we turned to heroin.
So like a combination of trauma with being separated from your mom, dad not being present there just because he's trying to provide, and then maybe a little peer pressure.
Yeah. And I liked the feeling of not having expectations. Before I moved in with my dad, I was, captain of the 8th grade cheer team. I was in the varsity cheer team my freshman year.
Right.
So I was doing good things, but then it just like too much pressure.
Yeah.
Too many people expected stuff of me.
It kind of became an escape for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, initially.
How long did you say your addiction lasted?
On and off, about 15 years.
15 years?
Yep.
If you don't mind talking a little bit about some of the experiences that you had as you were going through that and how it impacted your journey.
Man. Okay, so a lot of my experiences were bad ones because with drugs and alcohol, cops get involved, charges, in and out of jail.
Yeah.
Eventually your family, you're stealing from family because you're in and out of jail.
Yeah.
You need drugs. Family doesn't trust you, and then you start kind of like burning all your bridges.
Right.
And it's homelessness and jail.
Yeah.
A lot of it. None of that anything that was forced didn't really help. I don't believe it did at all.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't ready. So, but yeah, I've experienced being in jail for a lot of several extended lengths of time, going through the withdrawals in jail.
I heard that's really rough, the withdrawals.
The last time we did, the cops came to our house. CPS had several calls. I was already on probation in 2 different counties.
Okay.
Ottawa and Muskegon. We were still partaking in a lot of illegal activities. My kids were what I thought was being taken care of. I was feeding them, I was reading to them,
Right.
I was bringing them to the park, but I wasn't really ever there.
Yeah.
They had what they needed physically.
So you still had them at that point, though?
Yes. That was in December of 2011. And then, so the cops came, they raided our house. This was just before we became legal.
Okay.
So while I was on probation, mind you, one of those probations was intense supervised probation. So I had an 8 o'clock curfew. Somebody was coming in breathalyzing me all the time. All of that. And we were still growing weed in our house.
Yeah.
They took the kids from us that night. They ended up staying with somebody that was approved that night. And then my sister went and got them the next day. Josh and I stayed in jail. We were both in separate cells in the holding area. They left us down there to keep an eye on us.
Yeah.
They initially tried sending us up But then we both started getting really sick, so they brought us back down to watch us over that 2-week period, because I was also prescribed myself to Xanax.
Okay.
3 1 milligram Xanax a day. So
Oh, that's a lot.
yeah.
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 Xanax is really strong.
Yeah, it is. It's I know people that have died on it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So we were going through hallucinations.
Okay.
I wasn't even here. I was in Germany running from officers in the army. Hold on a second. It's my husband.
No, you're good.
I was in Germany running from soldiers. I was in a lot of the hallucinations. I was killing my kids, killing my husband.
Oh, man.
I was running from a lot of things in the hallucinations.
Yeah.
And killing a lot of things in the hallucinations. Forced killings. Like, I lost 20 pounds. I looked like a skeleton. Even the extra small uniforms didn't fit me. I undressed twice. Males all around in the holding set area. So, I mean, that happened.
Yeah.
They were giving me double trays to try and keep weight on me. I was picking stuff out of the little vents because they put me on a liquid diet for a while, and I just needed something to chew, and I was hallucinating. So, like, there was food in there. Yeah. And I was picking stuff out of it, trying to eat it. It was really, really bad.
I was about to say, that sounds traumatic all on its own.
It was really bad.
What was your quality of psychiatric care, medical care while you were going through all of this in jail? If you don't mind me asking.
Was I getting any?
Yeah, were you getting any? No, what were you getting, if any at all?
There was, I think I was doing weekly counseling, but again, all of this was forced on me. So I was doing the AA meetings, all this stuff, and I didn't want
just going through the motions.
Yeah, I was lying to, just thinking I could keep the wool over their eyes.
Gotcha. When you got out of jail, did you relapse since it was a forced experience? Yeah.
Yes, and my husband and I ultimately became homeless. I was a server, so I was working, trying to hide the fact that I did drugs.
Right.
First table I got, first $20 I got, calling my husband, hiding under stairs or in a bathroom to get my high real quick, going back into work.
Yeah.
Thinking nobody noticed.
Right.
Then it became, obviously, I lost my job, in and out of jail still, warrants. We became jobless and homeless.
Right.
So we were living on the streets or staying in people's basements, dirty trap houses.
Yeah.
Stealing. My husband went to prison ultimately for that. We were stealing TVs for the dope dealers. It turns out they were also watching us. They're not smarter, or you're not smarter than any of them.
Yeah.
While we were sleeping in a van, our friend's van, across the street from a Target, they came. My husband went while we were sleeping. Me and the other guy did not know. He went to Target, got caught. They came over to our van. He ultimately went to prison.
Yeah.
I went and stayed with my sister.
At what point, what was the catalyst for your sobriety? What finally triggered you to want to improve and get the help?
So when my husband went to prison, I called my sister. I said, I have nowhere to go. And she said, I can't take both of you, but since he's in jail, I can, you can come stay with me. She bought me a little bit of dope. Every time I started getting sick, she would give me a little bit to do so I wouldn't be sick.
Right.
This was after, every 2-3 days if I started getting sick. She kept my mind busy. Once what she bought me was gone, that was it. Mm-hmm. She held on to all of my paraphernalia, my prepaid phone with all the drug dealers' phone numbers in it, until I was ready. That, you know, when I was ready, we got rid of all that stuff, but she held on to it for me just so it wasn't so scary to get away from the drugs. And what happened was, like, I was just like, well, my husband's going through it in there, getting clean. So I might as well go through it out here.
Right.
Mind you, my kids were with family members.
Yeah.
Still wasn't even really concerned about them much at this point. Like, I was still playing, like, coming over and seeing them and stuff, but not as actively as I should have been.
Yeah.
There was a point when, like, my aunt that was watching her didn't want us around, you know, for good reason.
Yeah.
And so we weren't even allowed to see her. He came home because he was living with the sister I went to stay with. He had a mentor at that point through, like, some children's and families or something.
Okay.
And she said he had been crying all day. And when she asked him why he was crying, he said, I'm just worried that one day I'm going to come home and my mom's not going to be here again. And that was kind of the kicker.
Yeah.
That was it. My husband was gone. That was the realization that my kids really did need me. So my sister kept my mind busy. She has a really nice yard, so we would stay busy in the yard, and she helped me get a job once I got back into normality. She brought me to and from work. She was pretty much my saving grace. And she did it in the ways that I needed it to be done.
Yeah.
Like keeping your mind busy and not necessarily on stuff that has to be done, just quietness and pulling weeds and mowing and, you know.
Time in nature, it's so healing.
Yeah, so she kept me busy, and then she got me back into the workforce. Eventually, one day, my kids did enough of their own acting up for my family members. They eventually said, take them back, we don't want them anymore.
Yeah.
You guys are doing good, take them. And, you know, slowly they came back to us too.
That's awesome. What has this experience done for your life? Like, what's something positive that you have been able to create from these darker experiences that you've gone through?
Well, it has definitely humbled me.
Yeah.
It has definitely filled me with empathy, a lot of empathy for people. I try to help whoever I can. When we were, like, I give people food when I can, like homeless people.
Yeah.
I try to help out when I can, get people shelter when I can. It's just opened my heart up.
Yeah.
It's been very enlightening. It was very dark, scary, lonely, especially when you're a homeless drug addict.
Yeah.
People look at you, but they're looking right through you. Like, they don't even see you.
They just see the addiction.
Yeah. It's opened my heart up. Probably a little bigger than it should.
Yeah.
But I've created a lot of positivity around me, I think.
Yeah.
With employees and me empathizing with their situations and helping them, just being there to talk to them. I don't know, it's just a very, very humbling experience, and I think I have turned into a lot better, more understanding, patient person because of it.
Yeah.
I don't think I would be who I am without having that experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would still kind of have my nose in the air like when I was, you know, but I don't know.
I understand that because I feel the same way about the things that I've gone through and experienced in life. You were talking about how you have used, like, your experience with homelessness to help some of your employees find housing.
I've become a lot of people's rock.
Yeah.
I love it, but it's also very tiring.
Yeah.
I've become a lot of people's rock. A lot of people rely on me to guide them into resources, for help with resources and all that stuff. So they do look to me for a lot of help in that way because I've been through the system in every single which way.
Yeah.
Every single system, every single county around here. So a lot of people look to me for that sort of help, even if it's just talking to. And I hate listening and talking, but apparently I'm kind of good at it, so. Yeah.
I find that peer support tends to be, it can oftentimes be more helpful than just having like any kind of professional support, because sometimes it can kind of feel like you're being dissected by a professional versus connecting with someone that's actually been through it and lived it.
Yeah.
So you've kind of become this mentor to others.
Yeah, they don't, like, when I walk into like my workplace and people initially just see me, they really just kind of think I'm like, I actually am a lot older than I look. But my people think I'm just this young person that doesn't know what she's doing. And then they meet me and they're like, oh my gosh. And then I start talking and I just have like, I'm street smart and professional, I guess.
Yeah.
So people are really surprised some of the things I've been through, and I will shout it from the rooftops if it helps one person.
If you were giving advice to anyone that is struggling with the legal system or CPS involving addiction, what would you say to them? What kind of advice would you give?
Just keep moving forward. I know it's really hard, but you just gotta keep breaking those walls that they put up for you. You just have to.
Yeah.
You just have to. Just don't do it. You just have to. So you just have to keep moving forward and breaking those walls.
Yeah.
It will make you a stronger person, and might take a few years, but it will happen. It will happen. I mean, in September, it's been 10 years, and we just bought our own house, our first house.
That's amazing.
And the two of us struggled together, so.
And you overcame it together?
And we overcame it together.
And how long have you guys been married?
We've been married for 21 years.
21 years. That's honestly so incredible that you guys got married, struggled with addiction, and got sober together, because that's so rare. It's like drugs just rip relationships apart.
Well, I think the thing is, there's a lot of things to it that I think it is. One was that we were sober together first.
Yeah.
So we got to know each other sober.
Yeah.
And then we went into addiction together, so we kind of clung to each other, you know, misery loves company.
Yeah.
We went through the withdrawals and all the bad together.
Yeah.
You know, and we've been through a lot of things in our sober struggle too. We've had a lot of things that should have ripped us apart happen.
Yeah.
But we both have an open heart and an understanding. We both love each other very much, and it's very much communication.
Yeah.
I understand other people have needs. I have needs, you know, maybe over the years that sometimes aren't quite met. So mistakes happen. As long as you guys can stay together, like we stayed together, it just got stronger. It just strengthened our bond. Some people it doesn't work for.
Yeah.
I won't recommend it to everybody, but just keep moving forward and busting down those walls. And if people say you can't, just give them the big ol' fuck you.
Yeah.
Put the finger in the air and keep moving.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to be millionaires one day, so I promise.
I believe it. You telling me what you did about him, about how he's just always thinking about on to the next thing, on to the next thing.
We've moved together like 10 years ago. We moved into a house for rent in the middle of the hood.
Okay.
We each had one duffel bag, and then we had a mattress.
Yeah.
That was what we moved in with. We have since acquired too many things. We both worked really, really hard. We got a whole house full of stuff. We've gotten our kids back.
Yeah.
We just bought our house. Like, we both have nice cars, really good jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, he has 2 very respectable jobs, and he actually has a lot of people coming to him for financial advice because he does the Bitcoin and the crypto and all that stuff. So I think our powers combined, we did it. We made it this far, and I don't see us ever turning back.
Yeah, you sound like a really good team.
Yeah, we are. He's definitely my rock.
Yeah.
He's my rock, but I'm the glue, so it works well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
That's beautiful. What ambitions do you have for the future? Like, you're talking about, we're going to be millionaires one day. How do you plan on making that happen? What vision do you have for your lives?
So, my vision is just to, one goal is in the next 5 years be able to buy another house so that if any of our kids are ever struggling, they can live in this one.
Yeah.
We'll have the lakeside house.
Oh, that's a good goal.
They won't ever struggle. And my plan is just to give my money that I make to my husband.
Yeah.
Him putting it together with the money he makes.
Yeah.
I trust him. He's a smart guy. So he's very, like I said, progressive with because he says everybody's got to have a side gig.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate, but it's true.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I remember in, 2010, maybe 11. It was 2011. We were paying $750 a month for a whole house in Grand Haven where we could hear the musical fountain every night. A 3-bedroom. Now rent is more like $1,800.
Oh, man.
It's just so 2 people, you got to have a side gig.
Yeah.
So he's always been very good with that. We decided my niche is management.
Okay.
So I've been doing that and making really, really good money.
That's good.
And helping a lot of people along the way, I think.
Yeah.
My goal is to have a soup kitchen.
A soup. I love that.
There's a lot of red tape, and I don't know how it would work. I hear it's very difficult to get the, help getting it all together and making sure there's enough food all the time, but that's what I want to do. Other than that, I just want another house that I can live quietly by. My husband will just put the money wherever it needs to be.
Yeah.
We'll watch it grow, and our kids will have something when we pass on.
I'm a firm believer that when you go through these hard experiences and use it to transform yourself into someone who does like heart-based work and gives back and like lives in service to humanity, that the universe just kind of aligns everything to make it all happen.
Yeah, that is my love language.
Yeah.
My love language is serving people, service.
Yeah.
Just want to help as many people as I can.
Yeah.
So that they don't have to experience any of the experiences I went through.
And if they do, you can show them love and compassion versus judgment, because people are less likely to want treatment if you're judging them and looking down upon them for the experiences that they're having.
My oldest daughter she was taken from us when she was a couple months old. And we decided when we got the other 2 back that she was better off where she was, because she was stable. She was, my sister, she was in a good spot.
Yeah.
She had been in the same school. Like, we just didn't want to upset any of that.
Right.
So she stayed with her. But my sister at that time she wasn't as understanding of a person as she is now. And she was going crazy with her own kids plus mine.
Right.
She was more like a drill sergeant. And she didn't really want to hear the whys.
Yeah.
So my oldest daughter actually called me a few times and, told me the truth, whether it was weed or being in a relationship. She called me before she talked to my other sister because she said that she didn't feel like I was going to judge her. I mean, that's one good thing that came out of it,
Yeah, that open communication.
Yep.
That's so important.
I like to think that my kids would talk to me before anyone else.
Yeah.
Their dad's not such an understanding guy. You heard her giggle. Yeah, he's like a drill sergeant.
I feel like men in general are a little harder to talk to.
Well, he just doesn't want the same things.
Yeah.
For them.
He means well.
But he says he doesn't want to deal with stupid.
Okay.
So he's really smart. He doesn't want to deal with stupid. So he doesn't want to hear the excuses or the whys or the grays. He just wants the black and white. Like you said, people evolve in different ways through crisis.
Oh yeah, 100%. We all we can go through similar experiences, but we all have unique responses.
Yeah.
That's absolutely beautiful. I'm really proud of you. That is an accomplishment. What would you say has been the most important part for you maintaining your sobriety?
The most important part is being able to turn around at the end of all of it and look all of those people in the face that didn't think I could.
Yeah.
And just being able to smile and hold my head up high because I know when they thought that I couldn't do it, I'm doing better than a lot of them.
Yeah.
I am at a place in my life, buying a house and everything, that a lot of people don't even get to without drug use.
Yeah.
So I think that's an accomplishment in itself, and I just want to be able to look back at all the other people that didn't think I could and smile, hold my head high and say I could.
That self-empowerment.
Yeah. It's an amazing feeling as it is. We're getting ready for my son's open house here, and it's, we're coming up on 10 years, so to be able to have, 100 or so of our closest friends and family here and see what we've accomplished is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I have a lot of family, people that have stepped out of my life. I've rebuilt a lot of bridges. We've rebuilt a lot of bridges, but it takes time.
It does.
It's not going to happen overnight. They need to see that you're doing it. It can't just be talk.
Yeah.
You just, like I said, have to keep moving forward and pushing through the walls. You can't falter.
Yeah.
You just have to. It gets better. I hate working 50 hours a week, but I love what I have accomplished.
Absolutely.
I don't hate my work.
That's important.
I just hate having to be there, when I need to be there.
I know in the restaurant industry, addiction is something that's really common within that industry. There's a lot of that happening. Has that been any kind of issue for you working in that field?
No, it has not. It's actually opened my eyes. I think that I can spot it. I have spotted it.
Yeah.
And I have forced employees to go to Med 1 and get a drug screen.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Because I've been on that side of the fence as well. But, they need help.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, enabling doesn't do anything to benefit them. Sometimes you have to learn those harder lessons. I didn't want to do it, but I think I can spot it a mile away. Yeah.
I've seen people on just about every drug there is to see them on.
Right.
And I can recognize it a mile away.
Yeah.
So if nobody's pulling the wool over my eyes, I know you're on something. I don't know what it is.
Right.
At this moment. However, go prove to me that you're not on drugs, because it can't be in the workplace. It's just for everybody's safety, not just
absolutely,
not just theirs, not just that employees. It's everybody's safety around them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's not been a problem. I kind of fell into drinking a little while after I got off heroin, and it almost ruined my whole family. But then I got out of that too because, you know, my husband basically told me, like, this is not how I want to live. And
alcohol is a really big one, and it's so normalized and so normalized in our country. I mean, there's advertisements everywhere about, you know, relax with a ice cold beer, you know, and that's one of the biggest ones that's ripping apart families and destroying lives.
Yeah, I was trying to fight my kids, driving around, making bad decisions. Every liquor store that I saw, I would stop at and get another shot, you know, and it was not conducive and almost ruined my life, just like heroin. Almost took my family apart from me again, but just kept moving forward. And you got to be stronger than the drug and the addiction. You have to want it. You have to find something. There is something that everybody can find that they can hold on to and focus on, and something that makes them want to stay sober, want to live. You know, I during our heroin addiction, I died a few times. I had to be brought back by the paddles. I was coloring with my son. He was about 2. She was sleeping in another room, and I fell over blue on my face and had to be brought back by the paddles. So somehow after that, we got our kids back, obviously.
Right.
After that, like, it didn't matter if I overdosed or not. Just put me next to the shower. You test it first. My husband would make sure it was good first and I wasn't going to fall out. But I would OD almost every single time I did it, and die. And he had to throw me in the shower, and, you know, and I would still come back and be like, oh, I want more, you know, in a couple hours. It was horrible.
It just takes over your whole brain.
And then the scariest part of it is that instead of chasing the high in the beginning, you're constantly chasing the high, but then when you have lost everything, and I mean, you are then more not chasing the high, you're trying to keep away the withdrawals. Because they're scary. They're scary, they're hard. I went to the methadone clinic once, and they told me that they start you at a certain dose and then raise it up. And then once they feel you're comfortable, they'll keep it stable, and then they'll talk about weaning you off when you're ready. And methadone's even a harder drug to get off of than heroin. So they're really just like changing the drug, and now you're attached to this one methadone clinic for 7 years and 27 years. So I looked at him and said, nope, see you, bye. And did it on my own. I don't believe in the maintenance programs. It works for some people, but I don't want to be attached to. Or like at least maybe Suboxone, but not methadone. I don't recommend it.
I want to say I'm very grateful that you're here.
Thank you. Thank you.
A lot of people do get lost to it.
I've watched a lot of people shoot. We watched a friend that we grew up with shoot up for the first time. He said, I don't understand why people get so hooked on this. Watch, I'm going to do it once and never do it again. Shh. Right in front of us. And he's overdosed now. And never came back from it. I've watched a lot of people die. It's a scary thing. It's like I said, first you're chasing the high, and then you're trying to keep away the withdrawals, and it's very scary.
And I feel like a lot of people turn to drugs because of expectations that are placed upon them and traumatic home environments, even like emotional neglect in families. Like I experienced that myself as a kid. I started using when I was around 13 years old, I think I started experimenting with pills, and it was kind of a similar thing. My parents divorced when I was real young, and it was definitely like an escape from my reality and all of the pressure that I felt from my family.
Yep. That's what it was for me too. It was an escape.
Yeah. I feel like there needs to be more resources within the system itself for people to receive like psychiatric care, like therapy, particularly like trauma therapy, because I feel like a lot of it stems from childhood trauma and generational trauma.
I think if they had, I think the rehabs and whatnot would not be such a setting that they are. I think if they were more comfortable, felt more like home.
Yeah.
Had some outdoors where people could, you know, garden and weed and do all the stuff they wanted to when they were around like-minded people.
Yeah.
There were people that have been through it before. Because like I said, I was very religious.
Yeah.
Growing up. My maternal family was Roman Catholic.
Okay.
I was Roman Catholic.
Yeah.
At this point, I've gone through so much that I began to believe that there was, like, I was just fighting with the guy upstairs.
Yeah.
Whoever that may be. Now I consider myself a more spiritual person.
Okay.
I believe in something. I don't know what it is. I have my own relationship with my own beliefs. It's really I feel like it's made me a better person.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's humbled me. It's brought me back to earth, being through this, helping other people. It takes a really strong person.
Yeah.
You just got to keep focused and keep pushing through those walls so you can turn around and fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. There's a lot to it.
Yeah. And everyone's capable of it if they want it bad enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone is capable of it. They just need to have the right hands, the right people pointing them in the right direction. Like I said, for me, it was my sister and just keeping my mind busy. And I know that's what they do in rehabs, but it's not done in a right way, a comfortable way. You just feel like you're at a doctor's office. I don't know. And most of the time it's forced.
Right. And then you come back to real world and it's a completely different environment. So would you say like building more intentional communities around sober living would work, where I don't know if necessarily like the group house that you were talking about, but maybe even like communities with like tiny homes that have like gardening resources, and then you have like communal dinners and like group kind of like group talks, like group support groups.
So you have your home life around like-minded people.
Yeah.
You have the help you want in your living area, people to talk to, and you can still leave. Maybe some employment resources will come through having that community, and then people can start normalizing and getting back into the real world, and when they're ready, boom, okay.
Yeah, or even like having skilled tradesmen coming in, teaching trades and stuff like that, just setting people up for success rather than just casting them out there. Good luck.
Yeah. And most of the time, like I said, it is forced, so they lock them up.
Yeah.
You're here in rehab, but you're stuck in this building.
Yeah.
You know, you're stuck doing all of these classes every single day, but they don't really keep, like, they completely block you from society.
Yeah.
So then you have to get sober. You can get sober and normalize your life again if you're in the right setting.
Yeah. That's why the recidivism rate, not just the relapse rate, but even like the recidivism rate with like the prison industry, is because these people are living in a completely alien environment from society, and then they're just kind of thrown back out into it and told they just have to figure out how to adjust on their own. And it's hard when a lot of these people are going right back into the same environments that broke them and contributed to their lives falling apart and their addictions.
Well, their mindset's got to be there too, because a lot of people
Yeah.
go to jail and you hear them talking the whole time about how they're going to get back out and their person's going to be there with drugs in the parking lot to pick them up.
Yeah.
My husband, he went to prison for 2 years. He went to the first vocational village that they had in Parnell here in Michigan, and he got a CNC certification. He was told that he would be getting a lot of help, getting job and whatnot.
Yeah.
There was no help once he was out of the prison, but he still got up, rode the bus, got rides, applied for a lot of jobs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he got a CNC job that
Yeah.
was doing really well, and that's kind of where we built off of. I was
Okay.
still serving and making money.
Yeah.
And he stayed with his brother, and I stayed with some friends. And then, you know, we built it up to where we could move into that little hood house on Bemis,
Yeah.
where our rebirth began.
Yeah.
So,
And it all grew from there.
yep,
Good things take time.
good things take time. I mean, even in that house, she had a bullet come through her window.
Yikes. That's scary.
Right before Father's Day when we were supposed to go to the water park.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I couldn't let my kids go outside. Like,
Yeah.
eventually I had to because they were like 14 and 15,
Right.
13, 14, whatever. Then my son and his friend got robbed at gunpoint.
Oh my gosh.
And we just said, we got to go. We
Yeah.
moved back into his mom's house for a year, which sucked. And then we moved into a house here in Comstock.
Mhm.
And after 1 year, bought our own house. So
That's awesome.
it takes time, but and a mindset, but you just got to keep doing it.
Is there anything else that you would like to add about your story?
Not really. I just, you know, from here on out, like, I want to just help people.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think out of dark, scary, lonely places, good things and beings of light and flowers, they do grow.
Yeah, absolutely. And
They
you're
definitely-
living proof of that.
I am.
And you should be so proud of everything that you've accomplished.
I mean, it's like I said, I still, you know, you can see me trying not to take it in and,
Yeah.
you know, get a big head about it. But I believe everybody can do it. And I will be a rock for as long as I need to be.
Yeah. Just remember that boundaries and self-care is important too, because how do you pour from an empty cup?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did have to learn that. And it was actually through management in the restaurant business that I
Yeah.
learned that I have to
Yeah.
set boundaries. Otherwise, they will take advantage.
I got something. How do you take care of yourself, like the self-care and self-love after this journey that you've been on?
I take 1 day out of every 2 or 3 weeks and tell everybody to leave me alone. I do my full shower.
Yeah.
You know, I actually do all the shaving and cleaning that needs to be done. I come out in my yard. It's different owning than renting. It's
Oh,
a different
absolutely.
feeling. So I'm so excited to be out here every day, and I just like to relax and take it all in. And I'll just stand out here walking the yard. That's my self-care.
I love that.
Yep. Just
Really
keeping my sanity.
basking in everything that you've built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I'm still going, and
Yeah.
we're going to be millionaires one day.
I believe it.
We're going to be millionaires. I am 1/10 of the way there, guys. 1/10.
That's good. That's good. That is progress.
Yes. So,
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for sitting and talking with me and sharing. I fully believe that it's important for people to share these experiences and how they're overcoming them and growing from them. That way, other people that may be feeling hopeless in similar experiences know that it's possible.
and I also do want to say that I don't think living in your past is going to help you
Yeah.
on a daily basis. Like, feel free to let it out when you're in your counseling or stuff, but when you are in real life, you keep moving forward and you just let that stuff roll off.
Yeah.
You gotta forget about what happened to you back there.
Yeah.
And keep looking this way.
I like to tell people that the past no longer exists. The future is a figment of your imagination. The only thing that truly exists is the here and the now. Yeah.
And you cannot change anything that happened. You cannot.
Yeah.
It's happened. All you can do is learn from it, help others, move on from it. You cannot dwell on it.
Choose how you respond to it.
Yes, choose how you respond, and respond positively, and don't let it take over your life moving forward.
Yeah.
Do not.
Yeah. There's power in the thorn if you choose there to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Thanks.
That was so good. All right. We will go ahead and close it out there. Thank you again. I'm so grateful. I'm so proud of you.
No problem. I just, like I said, I'll shout it from the rooftops if it helps one person.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. You know, your story, it could be the smallest thing that could plant that seed that allows someone to water their own garden.
And I don't care who knows what I did back then. I know who I am now.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I have been told that I bring a light into every room I enter. So I would like to believe that I am helping people every day.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And anybody that wants to judge you or perceive you some kind of way, like, people are going to do that regardless of what you ever do.
Yep.
But it doesn't change who you are.
It does not.
Yeah.
And I don't care what they say.
Beautiful.
I know who I am.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kaleena.
No problem. Thank you for asking me to do this. It's a big opportunity.
Yeah, I saw you in the maze and I was just like, I know I have to talk to her. It's that bee tribe. Like, bees, to me, my whole project is centered around bees and sunflowers, because bees represent connection, community, and sweetness.
And that's what I said. The honeycomb is for strength and unity.
Yeah.
And the bees for hard work.
Yeah. And then, like, the sunflowers, you can actually plant sunflowers in toxic environments, and they take the toxins, the heavy metals out of the soil, and they transform it into nutrients to allow them to grow. And as they grow, they clean the environment that they were planted in. And I believe as human beings, we have the power to do the exact same thing. We can be planted in toxic environments, learn how to transform that into personal growth. And as we grow as individuals, we also help the world around us grow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Build each other up, don't let them down. And just for those of you who don't know, I met this girl in the forest, and I have my little bee tattoo, and I had sunflowers in my hair.
She's dressed as a bee.
We were meant to be.
I love it. I love it. Good talk. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for taking the time to listen to Kaleena's story with me today. I understand how valuable your time and energy are as resources, and I am very grateful that you have chosen to spend them with Humans in Bloom. My goal with this project is to fund a converted Sprinter van or bus, so that way I can travel the country and have all of these conversations in person, because I feel it is very important to sit within each other's energy and feel each other's energy versus interacting through a screen. If you would like to help support the growth of this project and the funding of this project, I do have a donation link on my website. Other ways that you can help support this project, my dreams, and the funding of my short bus is to go on my website and purchase bookmarks for Humans in Bloom. I have also started making journals. I just do not have those listed on the website yet. If you are interested in one of those, please shoot me an email at BeeConnected@electrichoneypotproject.com. Every purchase goes towards the funding of making this dream of mine a reality. And I'm very grateful for anybody that helps me along this journey. If you're interested in being a featured guest on the Humans in Bloom podcast and telling your own story, please fill out a contact form that you can find down at the bottom of the webpage of my website, electrichoneypotproject.com. Please include a little synopsis, a little summary of what your story is about, what you've overcome, the adversity, hardship, or trauma that you are growing something beautiful out of, and I will be in touch. I can't wait to hear from you. With all of that being said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, week, month, year, and life. Remember to be curious, trust yourself. Most of all, stay sweet, honeybee. Sting when it counts.
Bought a one-way ticket on a hero's journey, awakened on earth. Yes, I am back again, forging my path to ascension. My mind greater than any weapon.